3 weeks from today, the LPGA will crown its drive-on champion at Inverness Club in Toledo, with the Marathon Classic at Highland Meadows set to get rolling a few days later. This past week, because of the rise in COVID-19 cases in Central Ohio, the PGA's Memorial Tournament announced it wouldn't have spectators at this week's event, making the Marathon Classic the first major sports tournament to allow fans. BCSN's Claire Dow has an update from Highland Meadows.
Over the last few months, Marathon Classic organizers worked closely with those at the Memorial Tournament as the two groups pitched plans to Governor Mike DeWine to move forward with their respective events with fans in attendance. And this past week, the Memorial did an about-face, closing the course to spectators. As of now, Highland Meadows remains open to fans.
Now, as we stand at this present time, we are open Thursday through Sunday with spectators. Like you mentioned before, the fluidity of this tournament and the situation that we're living in, it changes minute to minute, day by day. So we're going to take in that information, discuss, and see what has to be done.
Those in attendance will be treated to some high-quality golf. 83 of the world's top 100 women's golfers will compete at the Marathon Classic, including 5 of the top 10. Traveling to Northwest Ohio became more attractive to the game's best and brightest when the LPGA added the Drive-On Championship the weekend prior, held at next year's Solheim Cup site.
It's probably the best field we've ever had. We've got Brooke Henderson from Canada, the number 3 ranked player or 4 ranked player in the world, Lexi Thompson from the U.S., Lee Six, who is the current U.S. Women's Open champion. She's the 3rd ranked player in the world from South Korea. And then we've just got a lot of the American players that played on the 2019 Solheim Cup team in Scotland, and most of the European Solheim Cup team that won the Solheim Cup last year in Scotland. So I think it's just going to be great, and with Inverness sort of hosting the pre-event tournament, it'll be neat to see how do those players play the course, what kind of scores are they shooting on them, and just knowing that we're a year away from the Solheim Cup, the biggest event in women's golf, will really be exciting, I think, for Northwest Ohio.
There was some concern the event set for next Labor Day weekend could be pushed back a year once the PGA postponed the Ryder Cup to 2021. That's what happened back in 2001 when the Ryder Cup was moved to even years following the September 11th terrorist attacks. LPGA Commissioner Mike Wan assured the public the league has no intention of moving the 2021 Solheim Cup dates. A few weeks ago, we told you about the added safety measures the Marathon Classic will implement next month. Every person in attendance will be thermally scanned daily to assure they don't have a temperature. Along with that, spectators will be strongly encouraged to wear masks. Though there will be no grandstands at this year's event, they plan to start getting the grounds ready for the tournament, putting up tents and sanitation stations early next week. Now, at this year's tournament, the Marathon Classic will admit military and frontline workers plus a guest to the event for free. For more information on safety guidelines or ticketing, visit marathonclassic.com. At Highland Meadows, Claire Dow, BCSN.